With the door closed behind you, your adventure will truly begin. The power of adventures shines within you. Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer, and welcome back to Deltarune Chapter 1. I don't know why I felt compelled to say welcome back to Deltarune Chapter 1, but just for anyone clicking on this video, this is a repeat playthrough. This is basically me preparing for the release of Chapters 3 and 4. This is all being recorded on May 15th, so, you know, this is not my blind reaction to anything in Chapters 1 and 2. This is simply me preparing a save file for Chapters 3 and 4, and I had a realization in between parts. The reason that I feel like I need to have Chapters 1 and 2 on the channel is in case any decisions we make in Chapters 1 and 2 affect anything in Chapters 3 and 4. Because I don't want you to feel like, oh, why did that happen in Pun Food's playthrough? You know? And so I want to have these videos as reference to why that happened. And of course, you know, if you're only here for my blind reaction to stuff, you may just want to skip to Chapter 3 and 4 stuff when those come out, you know. Anyway, enemies ahead, you're gonna die! Signed, Lancer. Alright, here's an enemy, it's ahead. Well, actually, it's a Rudin. It drew near. Check. And defend. Rudin, attack 6, defense 0. This ambivalent diamond isn't any girl's best friend. I'm just a normal person. Okay. Gather the TP and let's convince and spare. He told Rudin to quit fighting. It was utterly swayed. Alright. My goal for this episode is to beat our first boss. If you're reading this, I guess you're dead. Signed, Lancer. I guess we are. I mean, inside, maybe. Haha. Everyone makes dead inside jokes these days. It's not really that funny. It's just kind of generic, in my opinion. Anyway. Hey, don't read the sign. It's a work in progress. Signed, Lancer. Ho ho ho! If it isn't my two favorite people. Psych! You guys aren't even in my top 5. Lancer, where's Susie? You mean the purple girl? Ho ho ho! You fools! You're too late to stop me! What did you do? Haha, it was so simple! She beat me up, so I ran away! That's a bit anticlimactic. So, are you just gonna stand there? I thought you would at least run to the right. Why? The purple girl's over there. True, true. These types of trees don't contain an item that can heal you. Whatever you do, don't check the tree and use X to open your menu. You got it? Signed, Lancer. There are 2 objects hanging from the tree. Take one? Yeah. Got the dark candy. Take one? Yeah. Getting 2 dark candies. I'm not going to be afraid to use items, as I realize that dark candies actually don't increase in HP value between Chapter 1 and 2 as far as I remember, so I'm probably just going to end up using them. They're going to be the first things to be discarded out of my inventory. Anyway. Hey, if you head that way, my troopers will thrash you. Is that a threat? I prefer to think of it as an invitation. I guess if he's inviting us to. A necklace of Rudins. Let's convince and spare. It was utterly swayed, or else he spared it. Long live the guy who pays us! The writing in this game is incredible, but, like, you already knew that, right? Smells like jewelry. Told Rudin to quit fighting, utterly swayed. Thoughts. I like the gameplay of Deltarune more than I like Undertale's gameplay. I don't think this is that controversial. Deltarune is a more refined game. It looks better than Undertale. Undertale still has its unique charm, but we haven't even seen all of Deltarune, and I'm confident enough to say that I have more fun playing Deltarune, because it just feels like the battle system is more refined with an actual party of people. I think I need to wait for 3 and 4 at least, and maybe even any other future chapters to be out before I can fully compare. But I think Deltarune's writing already has more going for it than Undertale. I think Undertale, there's a lot of times where there's just silence, you know, nothing really to interact with. The writing's clever in Undertale, but Deltarune really feels like there's always someone to talk to, especially because I've been standing on the screen, not talking to this guy, just to explain my inner thoughts for like a good minute. Mamma mia, I'm top chef. My latest cake worked me to exhaustion. So I took a little nap, but mamma mia, a scary noise woke me up. A beast was hunched on the table, eating the cake like an animal. I spritzed it with water, and it hissed and ran off, but my wonderful cake is... Aw, Chris, that sounds like Susie. We must be going the right way. Let's try to keep her out of any more trouble. Mamma mia, mamma Sheba! You know that beast? Please don't come back. Means the cake are smoldering. Take a piece? Yes. Broken cake. Okay. Well, here's another Rudin, but this time alongside Hathy. So, we're going to check Hathy, because I don't really ever check these enemies normally, but I want to start doing that, especially if I'm going to play chapters 3 and 4. Hathy, attack 7, defense 0. I am a little kiss. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we can use B to slow down and better gain TP, which turns into more money at the end of battle, so we want to do that. Order Ralsei to flatter all the enemies. Out of anyone, I'm glad we randomly encountered all of you. That's a great joke. Probably written before it was decided that Deltarune would have Earthbound-style encounters where they appear on the overworld. Back when they thought it was going to be Mother 1 or Earthbound 0 or Beginnings or whatever title you want to call it by, style battles, you know. Because, like, that whole randomly encountering things doesn't make a lot of sense if, you know, if the, you know, since we don't randomly encounter people in this game. But, you know, it's a good joke. Anyway, Maze of Death. Behold, the Maze of Death. Prepare to get lost, clowns. Signed, Lancer. Alright. Feeling lost yet? You must be utterly helpless among these twists and turns. Your sense of direction won't save you now. Signed, Lancer. It was just some sort of enemy. It looks like they got clobbered. Like a Kirby. Anyway. Hey, wait, where am I? Help! Somebody help! I'm lost! Signed, Lancer. Alright. You opened the treasure chest. Inside was white ribbon. Put white ribbon in your armors. The ribbon is armor, Chris. It increases defense. Why don't you try wearing it in the equipment menu? I think it'd look great on you. Okay, oh, I didn't look at this. Heals 40 HP, a red and black star that tastes like marshmallows. Anyway, equipment. You both have the... Chris has 2 more attack, you have more magic. Ralsei's the healer, and I kind of feel like the white ribbon was made for Ralsei in the sense that early on, we want to make sure our healer stays alive. Ralsei does have 20 less HP than Chris as well. Do you not say anything yet? Chris, you're giving it to me? Well, does it look pretty? Maybe now if I... Nope, nothing. Okay, whatever. We'll keep it on. Whoa, wait a minute. Even if you're my enemy, I gotta warn you. A purple beast is roaming, clobbering anyone who dares block her way. We don't even like fighting. The king left us no choice. Oh, Chris, we need to stop Susie, quick. Why aren't you afraid? I don't know. I guess because I'm not a piece of string. Anyway. Hey, don't look! The sign's private! Signed, Lancer. Oh, it's just this way. Signed, Lancer. Ho ho ho! Somehow you survived the maze! But don't count your blessings before they hatch! Let's see how you fare against this team! 3 Hathys block the way. X flatter. Flatter all the enemies. I'm making tea later. Would you like any? Okay. Hey, why don't you guys dash? You're totally outnumbered. You made a team purely of support enemies. Their bullet patterns aren't balanced at all. It's like a dinner made out of 3 glasses of milk. And that's, unusual somehow? Why don't we talk about this after the battle? Okay. Let's defend and have Ralsei spare. And then, since it's going to take 3 turns anyway, it's more efficient to get the easier bullet pattern on the second turn by only sparing 1 that turn. Great job, Chris. We earned 0 EXP and 101 DS. Sweet! How much do I get? You lost, Lancer. You don't get any. Oh. Can I have some of yours? No! Fine. Later, losers. Okay. Zap. I thought you were running away. Yeah, I finished. Zap. Oh, is that all you have to say? Okay. Anyway, let's try this. And we don't have 3 people. Oh well. Ugh. Open, you stupid door. Oh, great. It's you guys. Susie, we were ever so worried about you. How'd you get past those spikes before? Walked through them. But this door sucks. Aw, don't worry, Susie. It'll open after we solve the puzzle over there. Nice. Tell me when you finish it. Susie, we need you to finish it. Sometimes proceeding will take all 3 of us. Furthermore, only Chris can seal the Dark Fountain. So if you don't accompany us, you won't make it home. So you're saying I have to stick with you guys? Yep. Let's just get this over with. Yahoo! Susie's back on the team! Cue the fanfare! Susie joined the party. Susie follows at a distance such that no one can tell she's associated. Okay then. Just looking. Leader, Lonely Prince. Don't do anything but fight. Okay, just double checking. This playthrough, repeat playthrough of chapters 1 and 2 to prepare for chapter 3 and 4 is also a chance for me to hopefully see any dialogue that I may have missed before. So if I'm a little extra dialogue, double checking every single thing, you know, that's why. Anyway. Oh, Chris, I just realized Susie missed the tutorial. Next battle, we should show her how to act. I think she might really enjoy that. Okay. It's C round! C round, attack violently. You call Rousey's advice. Well, let's start by checking. And then Rousey can defend. C round, attack 1, defense 0. Despite its appearance, it's trying its best to defeat you. Never mind. You won. You got 15 DS. I sneaked by and made a sign. Signed, Lancer. So we didn't get the Susie dialogue there, but also we got that whole checking C round, which I've never gotten that dialogue either, so more you know. Susie, I suppose you missed what I said earlier. As heroes, we have the power to make a peaceful future. So from now on, let's try to avoid fighting, okay? What if you just took it easy on them? If you weaken an enemy, I can use my pacify spell, which can put exhausted people to sleep. Yeah, you doing that is already doing that. Yeah, you talking is already doing that. Well, just think about it. We might have to warn enemies about her, Chris. Susie, the violent tormentor is now your ally. The power of mean girls shines within you. Good power to have. Hey kid. You want to buy a tutorial? It's only $50 dark dollars. Oh, I forgot to check how much money I had before talking to you. Because if you say no... did I say 50? Well, we just went on sale. 20 dark dollars. You can't actually back out of this. No. Only $1. Please, I need this right now. Really? You changed your mind? Right this way, gentle nurse. Alright, funny dialogue time. We're sorry. We're normally puzzle guys, but we've been forced to do tutorials just to make ends meet. When the king got power, he fired everyone and replaced all puzzle makers with him. Rules card. Lord of the puzzles. Be careful. Alright. Whole goals. $1 monthly tutorial weekly. $10 weekly tutorial monthly. $100 stop making tutorials. How much money do I have? Yeah, spending 50 or 20 wasn't really that worth it. Okay. Donation hole. If you like our tutorials, please throw your money into a hole. Yeah, I'll throw $1. Put $1 in the hole. The hole became full. Holes filled to the brim with cash. I'm Chris Masker. Ask me about Chris's. Reviving. When HP goes negative, your friends fall down, but bringing them back is easy town. Plain foods and spells work like a charm, and with a mint, you can cure all harm. Even normal items and spells can revive people, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fact. It's a good idea to give us bucks. It'll make you happy and fill you with lux. Over there is our donation hole. We had a box, but it got stole. Acting. If you only act, you might start to think, what about the guy with the scarf in pink? If you know acting will make the enemy friendly, then you can ask me to spare on the same turn. Or cast Pacify if you know they'll get tired. If you plan ahead, a lot can happen in one turn. Hey, who's the master here, me or you? Bye. Later, kid. I'm Susie Master. Ask me about Susie's. Warning. When Chris uses warning, Susie can't hit, so make sure to... So there's no reason to use it. Unless he wanted not to hurt, so there's no reason. Fact. Susie loves when you give us money. She will... Nope, don't care. Did I say something funny? Attack. Susie always attacks the foe on top. She'll smash them with a crushing chop. She always strikes at the first thing she sees. Oh no, she's looking at me! I'm Ralsei Master. Ask me about Ralsei's. Pacify. Ralsei's spell's called Pacify. Use it on babies before they cry. What? It safely removes a tired enemy from combat. What if you're fighting a baby? Fact. Ralsei loves when you give us money. He will hug you and call you honey. Hey, that's not true. You don't need money to get me to do that. Healing. Ralsei has a spell that heals, dude. Why use that when you can just eat food? Because you won't have to use up an item? I could have avoided all those empty calories? What's TP? TP, what's TP? That's what lets you cast spells, see? When you see that orange bar, cast some spells when it's filled up far. TP, it's quite a caper. TP stands for toilet paper. No, it stands for tension points. What? Really? Gaining TP. You get TP when you defend. Protect yourself and cast spells, friend. You can also get TP by getting close to bullets. Look for the heart outline when you get close to bullets. You rhyme bullets with bullets. But because it's important. Secret. TP only lasts inside a fight. Once you win, it's out of sight. Having extra feels unbearable. No point in saving, it's straight up terrible. But leftover TP turns into extra money at the end of battle. You mean I only should have been using one square? Yeah, that's what it means. Anyway, let's get in the shop now. Welcome, travelers. About yourself. The name's Sham, pronounced Sham. And this is my little shop. Ha ha ha. Over the years, I've collected odds and ends. Of course, I have no attachment to any of it. It's just a hobby of mine. Around here, you learn to find ways to pass the time, or go mad like everyone else. Lighteners. Long ago, the Darkners lived in harmony with the Lighteners. They were like gods to us, our protectors, our creators, those who gave us purpose. Then one day, we were all locked away in this prison, and the Lighteners never returned. Embittered, the king took up arms and aims to take revenge upon the Lightners that left us behind. Of course, even among his troops, some still distantly hope that the Lightners will return. Historically, this land was once ruled by the 4 kings from Card Castle to the east. But recently, a strange knight appeared, and 3 of the kings were locked away. The remaining king put him and his strange son into power. Why am I playing this game? Reading is not my strong suit. Reading aloud, I guess. I can read fine internally. This land hasn't seen this much chaos since... Well, you don't need to know about that. So you are the heroes who are going to seal our fountain. Good luck. It makes no difference to me. Neither light nor dark hold future for a Darkner in my condition. This is Sham. And I like Sham a lot. Obviously, his name is spelled like seam, like a sewing seam, but it's probably pronounced Sham because my guess is that he's meant to be a shaman. Anyway, let's get the spooky sword, and with the remaining, we'll get a amber card. I would get a dark burger, but we can always come back for that. See you again, or not. So basically the story, as far as I like to, anyway, a black and orange sword with a bat hilt. A bat, oh, like not a baseball bat, but a spooky bat. Anyway, for amber card, we'll give it to Chris. Thin square charm that sticks to you, increasing defense. Oh, what does Ralsei say? That's yours, Chris. What's this, a chopstick? And what about spooky? Ooh, it's too scary. It's too small. Anyway, anything else now? No, okay. Well, I wonder if spookiness up has anything to do with elemental attributes. Anyway, what was I saying? So basically the plot of this oh, we have to go through this. I'll finish this up. Basically the plot of this chapter is, well, do I want to spoil? This could be somebody's first time watching a playthrough in general. It's unlikely, but it could be. So I'll wait to comment on it until the end of the chapter, I guess. But I like Sham, though he is very weird, and we can get to that more later in the chapter and in chapter 2. Anyway, for now. Well, flip my flapjacks! The clowns are back in town! Well, bad news. Since you last saw me several minutes ago, I've created a brand new fighting team ready to stop you. Not even the purple girl can stop me now. Ho ho ho! Are you ready to be... Stop. Stop talking. Ho ho ho? What is that? Why are you saying that? Ho ho ho? It's my evil laugh. Scary, right? You sound like baby Santa Claus. You mean like in a badass way? Shut up. You really think you know how to be scary? Well, Wrong. Man, wannabe tough guys like you really piss me off. Face it, you wouldn't know scary if it picked you up and bit your face off. That's not true. Oh, really? Then why don't we prove it? We'll start with the part where your face gets bit off. Oh, okay, I get it. Thank you, purple girl. What? Thanks, it was kind of you to teach me how to be scary with an evil laugh. Hey, I wasn't. And now, you're going to be thrashed. Merry Christmas. I guess that's kind of an improvement. All right, before we check, we have to warn, because otherwise we are screwed. The only way to get the mercy ending is by making sure Susie cannot hit the enemies. So, and while they attack, I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay, let's check and let's defend. Attack 5, defense 0. This mercenary is only... I would never have seen that if I didn't check. Mousenary. Oh my god. Is only fighting to make ends meet. That's probably why they're mouse. You know, I never understood why they were mouses. But that pun, and also upon looking at them a second time, you know, makes it more apparent. And because of that, it's very easy to put the pieces together. Well, if we have to be friends. We're friends now. I wonder if the puzzle tutorial guys are also Jigsawries, or if they are just a different thing altogether. I don't know. I always wanted a friend. Me too. Anyway, this is a fun attack. Oh, we took our first bit of damage, but it's on Susie, so I don't really care that much. Anyway, as long as I don't get too caught up on reading a ton of dialogue, I should be able to meet my goal of beating our first boss in this episode. Oh, look, Chris, another puzzle. Oh, no. Let's read the instructions. Huh? The instructions are vandalized. It says, "Thou'st fools, thou will never figure it out now." Reading instructions, that's definitely against the rules. Then it says, "P.S. I make my own rules, RK." Well, that explains that. Why don't we just climb over the spiked fence? Because then we get impaled and die? Cool, I'll work on that and you do the puzzle. Try your best, Chris. It should be simple, Chris. Press the boxes to the switches with A. Wait, who the hell is A? Wait. Or you can, you know, just use your hands. Don't look at me, Chris. Puzzles are your job. Along with everything else I don't want to do. Don't look at me. Okay. Well, let's start by moving box. Great job, Chris. I think you're onto something. Hey, Chris, give up whenever you feel like it. It's all good. Chris, you can't solve it by stepping on the switch. You're in a box. Chris, don't listen to him. You can be a box. I was a box for Halloween once. Just a box? Well, it's not like I can dress up as a goddamn monster. Okay. Chris, I don't think that's... Great job, Chris. I think you're onto something. I'm not fully settled on these voices for Alcé and Susie, in all honesty. Wahoo! You did it, Chris! Or wahoo! Great job! Damn, didn't get to impale myself. Oh well, come on, chumps. Like, I feel like Susie's kind of where I want her to be. Ralsei is a bit, like, too close to Lancer, in my opinion. Lancer has a bit more bounce, but Ralsei is still kind of a little too close for how I feel. Anyway, normally, from bottom, the order of our rooms in Card Castle. Of course, if you haven't been there, you wouldn't know it. Normally, you shouldn't even know how to do this puzzle or what the solution is. In my case, I don't want to have to come back here later, so I'm just going to do it now. But, yeah, that's how you do the puzzle. That's the solution. Anyway. Treasure chest. Inside was broken key C. Put in your key items. That will be a surprise tool that will help us later. I just wanted to grab it now while I was here, because I don't want to have to backtrack just a couple rooms, you know, this way. Anyway. Various guys appeared. Let's warning. Warn first. Along with the guy who pays us. And now that we're starting to see repeat enemies, it's, there's less and less for me to read. Anyway, we're gonna X-flatter. And then we can, get hit, but it's on Susie, so I don't care too much. And luckily I don't have to select each individual enemy. The game automatically targets my spare to the next guy. That's pretty good. I do miss having the full-on mercy bar. It's not really a spoiler, but a mercy bar appears next to an enemy's name starting in Chapter 2, and I do kind of miss that. Anyway, when you step into the light, you'll return to where you were before. So, it's a bit of a puzzle. But you can make it across pretty easily, honestly. Anyway, I don't know. This is a very interesting concept to be on the chessboard, and I feel like it goes underutilized to some extent. where I ultimately feel like, you know, they could have done more on the chessboard, but it's a really short section. Like, we'll get through the entirety chessboard within the next 15 minutes by the end of this episode. So, oh, I should check. Its nucleus doubles as an eye spot. That's not a lot of information. Oh well. Free money, I guess. Because supposedly we earn more the more TP we have. I mean, it makes sense, but sometimes I feel like the increase isn't as much as I would want it to be from, like, what it would, you know, be without any TP. Anyway, yeah. So, my optimal strategy, if you don't have to check them, is to warn and then lullaby and then spare and pacify at the same turn. Anyway. I'm glad that nobody else counts for that back into the light thing. But that is like the only time you have to fight pawn men on the entirety of this great board, I'm pretty sure. And that's what I mean by it's underutilized, you know? Ha ha ha! So you begun to cross the great board. The halfway point to our castle. Impressive. So it's a shame he won't make it a step further, 'cause my guys are about to smash you into blood. Lots of blood, splooshing blood, very gross and bad. Hey, purple girl, was that scarier? Why are you asking me? Because you're really cool at being terrifying? I want to be as scary as you. You want to be like me? Yeah! Well, that's stupid. But, the new laugh isn't as awful. And saying you turn us into blood is, cool. What the hell is up with the bucket, though? It's to put the blood in! Oh. Yeah, I'm not, supposed to make a mess. Anyway, thanks for your feedback. I'm really feeling scary. No problem, I guess. So your guys gonna attack us, or? Oh, yeah! I was so excited I forgot to bring you guys. But next time, it'll be the end for... Hey, I've just been calling you guys clowns. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. He says, does your team have an official name or something? Anyway. Oh, Chris, we should come up with a name. No, we shouldn't. Then it's decided. Everyone puts a name in the bucket. Alright, everyone's put in their entries. Blue person, you can choose, since you look like you don't care. Let's go with the neat paper. I know what all these are, and I like the neat paper the best. Because I think it's funny. Anyway. You open it up. The legendary heroes, the herald of fun and friendship. Oh, that's mine. See, I think it's the perfect name, because we're all friends that like to have a lot of fun. Okay, first, geez, that's a mouthful, dude. Second, what are our enemies gonna think? That we're gonna be buddies with them? Let's change it to something short, intimidating. Something punchy, something badass. Like what? Well, you know, for starters, how about just, the fun gang? You know, just, concentrating on the fun part. It's perfect! Well, see ya, fun gang. I've got to osmose my afternoon milk. The power of the fun gang shines within you. I like that better than the Bleep Squad and the Lancer Fan Club, personally. I feel like it makes more sense. Considering, I don't know if it's, like, ever mentioned outside of Chapter 1 what name you chose. So, actually, I want to get sent back, because did you know that you will get sent back here, but if you do it exactly like this, you can just walk all the way across without ever getting sent back. Cool secret. It's not as fast as just running in between each one, but okay, you do fight another set of pawn men. But, you know, it's not as good. Anyway, warning. So, what else is there to say? Yeah, I really like the fun gang. It just, like, Susie is correct. It's very punchy, you know, it's to the point, and I just think it makes a lot of sense, personally. So, I don't know. What if I good night this pawnman and have you spare this one? Fell asleep. Okay. Yeah, since I don't have the TP for Pacify. Okay, now this turn, I'll gain the TP I need for Pacify, and I can spare and pacify the second one. Okay. Got it. Anyway. Whoa there, horsey. Pun men are scary, but all in their doing is following the king. Us on the board used to have our own boss. Those were peaceful times. But now, even the boss has been reduced to the king's peon. Fear not. We, unlike the simple pawnmen, possess full faculty over our actions. I, Mr. Society, am far too intelligent to ever bow down to such a tyrant. Unless you ask me. He's very scary, you see. Alright. The Great Board 2. Did we get anything? No, we still just have Dark Candy. Okay. Ho ho ho! Well, step on my boots, if it isn't the Friendly Fun Gang. You boys or girls had better turn back while you can. Lancer, what is it this time? Ho ho ho! I'm simply warning you. Something extremely dangerous is lying ahead. Ho ho ho! It's actually really inconvenient. Ha! I can't go home at all because I'm so scared. What is it? Oh, hey, little guy. That's what you're afraid of? Wow, purple girl. You aren't scared? Why would I be? What's it gonna do? Well, normally. It crushes people to death, I think. Here it comes. K round. Let's check. Defend. K round. Attack 9, defense 3. Check? That's chess, not checkers. I mean, they're not wrong. Anyway. That just attacks. Shovels furiously. Checkers. That's better. Yes, I did just waste 2 turns just to see the check and checkers dialogue. Anyway, that's because this is not a hard fight if you just deep bow. That's it, Chris. If you can get its crown off, it should turn back into a little guy. Susie, help us bow at it. Nah, its crown will come off when I smash this guy to the ground. Okay, then. Felt stressed out on attack. Self-care. Susie, stop attacking it. You're making it stronger. And let it think I'm afraid? No way. It's 20% loose. I really like this fight. Warning doesn't work in this fight. And I love this fight because even if you're defeating enemies with violence in throughout the rest of the chapter, this fight requires you to act as there is no way to out-damage its healing. So, unlike Undertale, where you can go the whole game without sparing anyone, even if you haven't played Undertale at this point, that's not a secret. Anyway, so even unlike Undertale, where you can go the whole game without sparing anyone, in this game, they require you to learn how to act to some extent with this fight. You know, it's a very interesting lesson and a very interesting, like, mechanical tutorial, as well as, we'll see here in a moment, a story beat that just works really well, in my opinion. It's the first boss fight, and instead of being a boss that you can conquer through violence, the only way to defeat it is by getting creative. And it's what I love about Undertale and Deltarune's battle system in the context of changing up the RPG genre, where I feel like I don't like most RPGs because they're just battles where you spam your strongest attacks or, like, don't use your strongest attacks because you're trying to save your resources, etc. They feel boring. But Deltarune and Undertale, because of the act menu, feel very creative in what you can do in battles and the various strategies you can take to defeat your enemies. Like most people, I think, Rudin appears before Hathy in most encounters, and most people try to spare Rudin before sparing Hathy. But if you're like me and know that X Flatter flatters all the enemies, even Rudin's, you can realize that the more efficient way is to X flatter on Hathy and then spare the whole board. You know, it's one of those things where you don't really get that experience in any other game. It's a mechanic unique to this one, and it makes battles more into puzzles, but still like intense, but more puzzly, as opposed to RPGs, standard RPGs that aren't of the action variety, which often feel like they're just, you spam your attack and hopefully you outdamage your opponent. I mean, I love Pokemon because I think Pokemon does have a depth to it, but like, I love Undertale and Deltarune not just as what they deliver in content, but as games in general for their gameplay in battles. Anyway, we did it. Wow, you clowns really are heroes. You saved the next 20 minutes of my life. Yeah, I am pretty great, huh? Susie, not to downplay your contributions, but you didn't actually help at all. You only made everything worse by attacking it. If you had just acted nice to it in the first place, we could have avoided that entire battle. Huh? Are you for real? That thing was bloodthirsty. The only thing keeping it at bay was my axe. And earlier, you terrorized those troops. Those guys are enemies. They're for terrorizing. Yeah, she's right. And before that, you ate an innocent person's cake. Cakes are also my enemy. Susie, whether you like it or not, you're a hero. One with the power to bring people to the future. Bring peace to the future. I've never gotten it officially diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic. Anyway, could you please start acting like one? Yeah, when you lay it out like that, I've been a pretty bad hero, haven't I? All right, Ralsei, you got it. I'll change my ways. From now on, I won't be such a rotten hero anymore. I'll just be one of the bad guys instead. Really? You're gonna be on my team? Yeah, sounds way easier, honestly. Susie, you can't just... Quiet, Toothpaste Boy! Susie is my comrade now! Yeah, Toothpaste Boy! We're gonna have monogram track jackets! Yeah! And sleepovers where we tell each other secrets! Yeah? Anyway, see you guys never. Haha, if you can even last that long! Chris, perhaps I shouldn't have been so hard on her. But I just worry that if Susie is too eager to fight, then, well, let's just be kind to her, okay, Chris? I'm sure Susie will come around soon. Well, that soon is gonna have to be next time. But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, the day after that, and 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 always will be Pun Food. Guess I'll save before I end the episode. The blocky foliage grows thick above your head. The power of the forest shines within you.